Did you realize your family's medical beliefs were dangerous? My parents refused to let me sleep for more than 2 hours per night from age 12 onward because they believed that excessive rest weakens the spirit and could eventually kill you. My parents were both former military who had been dishonorably discharged for conducting unauthorized sleep deprivation experiments on their own soldiers. They became obsessed with the idea that most humans were wasting their lives sleeping when they could be achieving greatness through constant consciousness. Dad would brag about staying awake for weeks during special ops missions and claimed that sleep was a psychological weakness that separated winners from losers. Mom had read somewhere that successful CEOs only slept 4 hours per night. My whole life, they were weird about sleep and constantly showed me articles about people dying in their sleep and said it was because sleep was inherently dangerous. They even converted our garage into a monitoring station where they could watch me through cameras and make sure I wasn't secretly napping. Once I turned 12, they really got serious. They handed me a schedule showing that I would sleep from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. every single night with no exceptions for illness, weekends, or holidays. Mom said sleep is for the weak and we didn't raise a weak child. They explained that any attempt to sleep outside these hours would result in immediate physical punishment because they needed to break my addiction to unconsciousness before it killed me. Living on 2 hours of sleep per night turned me into a walking zombie. I would fall asleep standing up during conversations and wake up with bruises from hitting the floor. So my parents installed motion sensors in my room that would trigger air horns if I laid down during unauthorized hours. They forced me to do jumping jacks whenever I yawned and made me drink so much coffee that I'd feel my teeth vibrating. School became impossible because I couldn't focus on lessons or remember basic information, and my grades plummeted from A's to failing marks across every subject. My parents didn't care because school is useless if you're dead from oversleeping. When I started hallucinating from sleep deprivation and began seeing shadow people in my peripheral vision, I begged my parents to let me sleep more. I told them I was afraid I was going crazy, but Dad laughed and said, hallucinations just mean your brain is finally learning to work harder. That's when I realized they would rather drive me completely insane than admit their beliefs about sleep were baseless and dangerous. I couldn't survive another day of this torture, so I started secretly sleeping at school during lunch breaks and after classes in empty classrooms. For 3 glorious weeks, I managed to get an extra hour of sleep each day by hiding in the library and convincing teachers I was staying late for academic help. I felt like a human being again, and my grades started